The Halloween I didn't ask for. What happens when the universe answers your call for wildness? Hi, I'm Sarah, intuitive coach, writer, and founder of Goddess in Training, where I explore the thresholds between the seen and unseen. Through my work as a transition doula, I help people navigate life's initiations with intuition, embodiment, and a touch of magic. This space is where I share the raw, often mystical lessons that shape my own journey, like the one that unfolded this Halloween night. It started as an ordinary Halloween night. A little magic, a little mischief, nothing serious. I'd been craving movement, music, and the feeling of my body alive and free. Since my brush with death this summer, recovering from necrotizing fasciitis, I've been calling in ease, softer lessons, lighter tests. But part of me also wanted to taste the wildness again. So I dressed up like Mother Nature, drank some tequila, and I went out dancing. For a while, it was exactly what I needed. My body remembered joy. The bass pulsed through me like a second heartbeat. I felt unbridled again, radiant in my own skin. Then, fire. No warning, no reason, just searing pain across my face. People nearby winced or coughed, but somehow I caught the full force. Someone said a police officer had sprayed mace to break up a fight. I never saw a fight. I never saw the officer. I just knew I was burning. The bartender handed me bottles of water. I poured them over my face, trying not to panic as my skin and eyes screamed. In the bathroom mirror, I watched myself flush, rinse, surrender. Later, I shouted questions at the police who were still standing outside. How could this happen? They said they couldn't help me. More than 12 hours later, my skin still burned. The lesson I didn't ask for. In moments like this, my old habit is to ask, why this? Why me? Was this source reminding me that even joy has edges, that freedom requires awareness, that the world can still sting no matter how aligned I am? But I've also been wondering, why didn't my intuition move me? Why did I stay in that exact spot where harm found me? Was it the tequila dulling my inner guidance? Alcohol certainly dims intuition. Or was something else at play, some unseen choreography that placed me in the path of this assault for reasons beyond understanding in this exact moment? Maybe it wasn't punishment, maybe it was contrast, a visceral reminder of how alive I am, how thin the veil can be between celebration and chaos, pleasure and pain. For months, I've been learning how to live differently, how to stay open without courting danger, how to dance with life without needing to be tested to prove I'm still protected. And maybe that's what this night was, a flare from the universe saying, your wildness isn't wrong, but your safety matters too. Protection as partnership. What this experience stirred most wasn't fear, it was longing, a deep ache for a masculine counterpart who walks beside me. Not someone to contain me, but to stand guard while I slip between worlds. A grounded presence who understands that my descent into the unseen isn't recklessness, it's devotion. It's not that I want to be out partying every weekend, I just want to be able to let go without having to be my own sentinel. I think it's important for all of us to embody both masculine and feminine energy to be capable of protecting and receiving, directing and surrendering. But I've spent so many years sitting squarely on my masculine, making things happen, holding the structure, keeping myself safe. Now I'm craving more time in my feminine, to rest, to feel, to trust, to be held. Since that night, I've been asking Source if that's the next chapter, learning that protection doesn't have to come from armor. Sometimes it arrives as partnership, the balance between the wild feminine and the steady masculine, between chaos and containment, between the seen and the unseen. The afterglow. The night I got pepper sprayed wasn't about punishment, it was initiation. It reminded me that the body is a living altar, capable of ecstasy, agony, and rebirth in the same breath. So tonight I honor the fire that still lingers under my skin, not as cruelty but as cleansing. I call on Sekhmet, the fierce protector, the healer through flame, to burn away what no longer serves and to stand beside me as I learn to walk in both freedom and safety. Because maybe the deeper ease I've been calling in isn't about avoiding heat. It's about trusting that I can stand in it, unshaken, and still choose to dance. If this story resonated with you, or if you've ever felt the unexpected initiation or the pull toward balance between your wild and your wise, I'd love for you to journey deeper with me. Be sure to like and subscribe, and also visit www.goddessintraining.online for more.